Good evening, Rusk Insurers. Hope you're alright. So it's been, 2 weeks now with January time. I've literally just finished doing my abnormal barders. Yep, you can see the prices and no skins there. I'm on stream. Hey chat, how you doing? Feel free to say hello to YouTube. Anyway, you may recall I did make this video somewhat recently, the previous instalment of my, my yapping about post-Christmas, and things have turned out quite a bit different since then. What could be different? You're selling stuff. Well, this time, over the past week, I've been buying stuff, a lot of stuff. So, if I could just quickly showcase to you the current money I have in my accounts. With the previous video, I did sit here and say, with the final count over here, I was very close to getting it very close to like maximum money, like maximum Steam wallet. So, cool, that has happened now. But you might notice, hang on a minute, where did the money go there? And what, you spend money here? What's going on? Hedge, what have you been spending your money on? Well, let's go ahead and yap about that. So, as you can see here, we have the progress over the past 2 or so months. I've gone from this amount of money to this amount of money. But as I have already pointed out, I have been making some purchases, quite a significant amount, I should say. And let's just quickly go through all of that. So if I were to quickly go over to my main Hedge account, last week I did mention that I have, let me just quickly show you this. I made a purchase of 150 Harbour Seal hammers. I looked at them and I assumed, you know what? That is a perfectly fine skin that will likely retain its value for the foreseeable future and by next year. No, I'm very patient. I can't help but assume we're probably not going to see that many more hammer skins being introduced, and therefore that potentially could rise up in price ever so nicely. Not only would it be a nice investment, but I'd treat it like a bond. I spent like $300 on those things. But if we do see some more skins for this collection being accepted, if we don't see those hammers, like I've already said, much like the Easter Chick hammer from the previous year, that could rise up ever so nicely. So we'll see how that turns out. So what I want to just quickly go over as well is there are some people who help me out with the videos. Trakmer, for example, he wanted a whole bunch of TF2 stuff, sorted that out. I've had other people who have helped me out with some thumbnails and whatnot. Monstera, she wanted a Raven pickaxe, got that sorted. Now, another person who helps me out with videos, he wanted 100 Operation Breakout cases. They're $8.50 each. I spent $850. There you go. So, there you go. Now, another thing that I've been dabbling with, because I was very curious to see the outcome, I was very curious to see the reaction, I started playing around with Flashbacks Hoodies. Because, well, over the past year or so, you're probably well aware, ever since we saw the February 18 Rustor for 2024, let's just go back and remind ourselves, it was February 22, I think, it might be February 29. You're just saying random dates, I know, shut up. Anyway, when these came out, we were going absolutely wild. We were frothing at the mouth. We're like, it's exactly like Forest Raiders. It is. This is like the best comparable hoodie and pants that matches up to the colour scheme of Forest Raiders, which is like a perfect light green, perfect for running around in the grassy green areas, the open fields and whatnot. You get the idea. We never got those continuations, did we? Skin Crater definitely tried. Face Punch is just like, nah, we're good. Don't know why. You'd know that would sound ridiculous, wouldn't you? Anyway, how unfortunate that was, but yet still, we still have the hoodie and pants. And the amount of sales we saw for both of them were like, okay, this had 28,700, that had 28,900. For a camouflage skin, that's fine. You shouldn't really question that too much. But what I did question was, for a very long time, the pants were selling very, very nicely, but the hoodies were kind of atrocious. So if you were to go over to my main YouTube and just type in the search area, Flashbacks, you'll see in the past I have made some videos talking about this, all last year of course. So initially I was like, beware, maybe it'll sell too much, maybe that might cause a bit of a problem. But with the total sales by the end, it was alright. But then a while later, I came back to it, the Flashbacks follow-up, and I talked about how there was a certain individual that just kept dumping stock continuously. So, post-Christmas now, it's been like 8 months since then. I was like, you know what? I could give it another shot. I'm printing so much money from making those sales with the post-Christmas and whatnot. I was like, I think I could probably make a difference for Flashbacks. Now, over the past few days, I have been making some purchases. And if you actually looked at what I had listed there just a second ago, you might realise I've been buying quite a lot. As of now, like if I were to refresh real quickly, you could see Flashbacks Hoodies on the front page. I feel like I've made a bit of a domino effect. A few days ago, looked at this and I thought, The prices, like, it just feels too low. When you consider, just around the corner, we're going to have the jungle biome. Now, that's probably going to be the summer update. And remember, summer vacation for a lot of kids. You would expect a lot of people to be playing. Like, with the player count we saw here, yeah, probably something very similar when they introduced that update, all right? The first ever brand new biome being introduced to Rust. Okay, consider that. Consider some of the mechanical changes that are going to happen, like much more ferocious creatures, like fast creatures, slow children. Anyway, that's going to be very intriguing. Lots of people to jump in, and a lot of people are going to be wanting to, roam around in the jungle area. Makes sense, doesn't it? It's new, but how's that going to look? I can't help but assume it's going to be like dark green or green in general. People are going to very likely want to buy green clothing and armor. But more specifically with dark green, I've already mentioned this somewhat recently. I did say reptile hunters look to be a perfectly fine thing to consider. That's been bought out. That's been rising up in price ever so nicely. Not the face mask and chest plate that much. That was already kind of pricey. But it's all the other things that have been bought out. The prices for these have been going up in price. Tier 2 hoodie and pants. That has been going up ever so nicely. But now that's starting to get a little bit too pricey. And this is where, looking back at these two, it's like, well, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, both of these will have a very fun summertime as well, because at the end of the day, you can still wear Flashbacks hoodie and pants with reptile armor, save yourself a bit of money, but it's still perfectly effective. Much like I've said many times in the past, when it comes to Forest Raiders, right now, the full set of Forest Raiders is $400. Like a good few months back, it was $300. Well, now it's $400. Yippee! But if you want to save yourself a significant portion of that money there, you could just replace the hoodie and pants with Flashbacks. Again, the colour scheme matches up perfectly with that. So, this right here, I was like, surely at some point that hoodie's got to work out nicely. Surely at some point that's got to do better. And I was like, I'm fed up of waiting. I went and I bought out a whole bunch. Now, on my YouTube, back over to here, you might have seen this short video here. It wasn't necessarily meant to be a flex or anything, but I was like, this was where the experiment started. I've got lots of money from selling a whole bunch of stuff during post-Christmas, and with the prices at the moment still holding up very nicely, I think I could keep this up for another 2 or so weeks. So I just sat there and said, I'm happy to spend money. I'm not too fussed about, the things I'm selling and whatnot. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go buy 150 of them right there. So that happened on stream. And then the following day, I went and bought more. And then the following day, I went and bought more. And, well, I bought 500 Flashbacks hoodies. Why? Because I feel like in the future, it's going to work out nicely. I'm a patient person. I can put my money away, wait a year or two, and so as long as I get the, Steam wallet back, I'm fine with that. You could do that. You could do that so much in the past with Counter-Strike cases. And like I said, I spent $850 on 100 Operation Breakout cases, which, by the way, probably a very nice thing to consider as well. See this case here? Just want to point this out. China absolutely loves opening them. There is a special set of butterfly knives in these that are not in any other case, and that is valuable. And over time, that's only increasing in price, as you can see there. There's only so many of them available in the Steam market. If you've got a lot of Rust profits and whatnot, and you just want to put it away so you can continue selling more stuff, that's a perfectly fine option, all right? So just point that out. Whilst Counter-Strike's kind of stagnating for a bit at the moment, great time to quickly switch over some of your Rust profits into Counter-Strike investments. And that's, again, something you can sit on. Over the past year, that went from $6 to $8.50. So, nice thing to be aware of. Cool. So, anyway, back over to here. What was the reaction? How did this play out? Well, number one, I've just noticed that's gone a little bit lower in quantity, so that's good to see. But I don't know who it was. But here's, literally quite a bit after I made that initial purchase on stream from that short video that you can see right now. And it went down to from 300 quantity to 150-ish. And then some more things kind of got bought as well. And someone came in and quickly listed some more. And then another person quickly jumped in and listed even more. I don't know what compels people to want to dump these at quite a lower price, just to quickly convert the prices you see here. This is $1.40 to $1.50. When I did the buyout, it was getting fairly close to $2. So when I did another buyout, of course, and whatnot, it got potentially even closer to $2, and then look, 44 appears. I don't know what's going on there. But I did my part, and I bought 500, and it seems to have kind of like rolled over to other people. Like the barders here, they're climbing upwards. That's very nice to see. I can also quickly show it in pounds again. Doesn't seem like that much of a difference, but when you look at over to here, there's like nothing stopping it from rising up in price even more so. All right. So again, I'm looking at this more in the vein of when we reach the summertime, when we eventually see the jungle biome, I can't help but assume that will work out as a nice investment. I feel like over the past year, if you didn't bother to get these for that price, the prices that they were by then, I mean, what were you doing? So, yeah, looking at how it's been for the past, God, look at that, it's barely changed. It's barely changed for about 2 months. And now it does. So, 628 sales in the past 24 hours. But just to remind you, for the past few days, I've been making purchases. Just today, I've only done about 150. So, there's other people doing it now. So, you're more than welcome to jump onto that if you want to. But if anything, I think you're better off maybe grabbing a bunch of the Reptile Hunter. With those rust profits, if you really do care about, being able to hide from all those scary animals, humans, when the jungle biome comes out, that would be a very nice thing to consider putting some money towards. All right, just putting that out. Cool. Now I'm looking over to chat. Someone's just bought out Bombshell road sign vests. That doesn't surprise me because we're apparently going to get a brand new Bombshell backpack. So if I could go over to here, Bombshell vests. I'm looking. I'm not seeing the Bombshell vests because they don't exist. They've just been bought out. Wow, look at that. Yep, people making moves because they're aware of what's on the horizon. So as you can see here, this is... the Buyout has only got up to $2. But if we go to the workshop page, if we go over to TTG's workshop, you'll see that there is a backpack. Now, if you don't fully understand this, I'll quickly explain. With every single, batch of brand new Rust Workshop skin submissions, TTG is always curating them. So if I could just scroll up, you'll see for yourself. This is the most recent TTG's top picks. He's doing a list every single week. Every new batch of skins, he's double checking to make sure that they are the quality standard. He's double checking to make sure that there's no copyright issues. And every 3 to 4 months, there will be a brand. Oh, where am I? There will be a brand. I'm trying to find it. I've lost it now. There will be a brand new Bombshell skin submitted to the workshop. It is 100% guaranteed to be accepted. So we have just done the abnormal barders. And we're expecting a brand new Rust Store tomorrow, and I am expecting that tomorrow. Or the last Rust Store of January, because we're going to have Lunar New Year in between over the course of the next 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, people were aware of that, people making moves. So, post-Christmas has been very, very enjoyable. I have been talking about this sheep in the door quite recently. We've just had a transparent glow-in-the-dark sheep in the door appear in a Rust Store, the Protector sheep in the door. But I was like, guys, for 50 cents more, you can just grab something with a lot more transparency and a brighter glow. Like this, so much better compared to the Protector sheep in the door you're about to see right there. So, yeah, I think that's worked out ever so nicely. With only 30 quantity on the Steam market. I'm surprised that's not going up even higher. Don't worry, I'm not going to buy those as well. But anyway, things have been progressing quite nicely, and I can only hope you yourself have been making some sweet, delicious profit as well. Maybe you've been putting that towards some games that you're really looking forward to. Maybe you bought yourself a Steam Deck. Oh, yeah, there's a nice Valve Index. Oh, and never know, we might be seeing some more Steam Decks being introduced soon, like newer versions or better versions. We shall see. But chat. How are you? Like, how have you been doing recently? How have you been doing with your sales? Because I know you've been doing quite nicely. One thing I could showcase to you is if you go to sum.app, of course, at the very beginning of all of this, I pointed out that I paused my inventory. So it's been private for 2 months. The price, or rather the quantities that was paused at that specific point hasn't changed, but the price did. So you may recall when we started all of this, I had over 52,000 skins, and the item inventory value was like 77,000. Right now it's 85,000. And a few days ago it was much higher. Because, of course, with post-Christmas, with all the skin prices going up, with all the demand being very strong, everything I had went up in value. Well, to a point. But it all adds up, clearly. So, all right, cool. Yeah, that's a very good show. This is like a perfect sign to showcase that things are still all right. Price is still good. Yeah. Things are right. Now, I could look at the generic whiteout skin on the front page just to get a better look and see, is this holding up quite nicely? $22, it's a bit off from there, but, I give this a good look. And it doesn't appear to be peaking anymore, but it's kind of stagnating. Stagnating is still high price, but it could be a good pointer, well, a good indicator that maybe at some point fairly soon we'll probably see most prices start to slow down a fair bit. Maybe we'll see things go a bit sluggish. Was that you that placed the 50 flat? No, I'm not doing any barders. I'm buying, Ricky. I need to buy so I can continue to keep selling. So I guess I could show this now. Look at the listings. Look at the listings. Look at the sales. Look at the sales. And also take note, it's random things like Shattered Mirror Hoodie, Moon Furnace, Blackout Double Barrel Shotgun. Plenty of random things there. I'm not only selling things that are like quite valuable, but I am still doing that as well. So if I quickly go over to here, I'll show you the listings on my main account. And as you can see here, I do have some graffiti storages and whatnot. The profits have been rolling in. I made about $400 in just this account today. So, that's fine. Might have to remove those listings and relist them. That's fine. As I said, if you just kind of only list a certain amount, ride the wave of momentum, but then again we might be starting to stagnate a bit. I've already said that as well, but yeah, you can see I'm putting an effort in trying to get these sales in and whatnot. And I have had a few accounts, have become like exhausted. They can't do anymore. Like this account I should probably fix that. So let's go over to here and just quickly put that over there, and there you go. I have 3 accounts that are exhausted, and I've definitely been making great use of looking at the Rust stores and considering if I just want to do some straight purchases. Earlier, I mentioned I bought 150 Harbour Seal hammers, and today, technically Thursday, later when I get back from work tomorrow and whatnot, I might go buy a bunch of these. I'm considering it, I'm thinking about it, and, if I can replenish my funds fairly easily, maybe that would be a perfectly fine consideration. Again, looking at it as if it's like a bond, if I could hold on to this for a year or so, will that likely rise up in price? Or at the very least, will I get my money back if I sold at a certain point in the future? If William says a lovely thing about this, much like the garage door, I'm good. I'm very good. So we'll see. But that cute animal hippo rock, the baby hippo, look at it. It's so fat and chunky and squishy and you can throw it away. But yeah, I can see that working out quite nicely. I can see a lot of people loving it as we approach the summertime. As I said, with the jungle biome, there's going to be a lot of people playing. A lot of people happily running around in the foliage, apparently. Yeah, they're having to make brand new trees and plants and whatnot that you'll see as you run around and whatnot. Don't forget about the animals. Tigers, crocodiles, yippee, snakes as well. I'm under the impression, because I've seen it being mentioned, they are going to have a very special temple-themed monument, jungle ruins. And I think there's going to be snakes in there, and let's see if we get like a special Indiana Jones-themed DLC. Wouldn't surprise me. The Adventurous Archaeologist, something like that. Wouldn't surprise me. So, all right, cool. Lots of nice things on the horizon. We've had to look ahead. I've already pointed out two things, such as Reptile Hunter and Flashbacks, but also with that proposed brand new backpack apparently coming out tomorrow. Other people have made moves and tried to buy out certain Bombshell skins and whatnot. There's always nice things to look forward to, but you've got to keep yourself informed. You've got to be aware of what likely will be coming out. And that is what helps in figuring out what nice things you could potentially put your money towards and sit on and wait for, and hopefully it doesn't disappear, or hopefully it goes up in price and becomes a very nice profitable investment. Cool. Right, anyway, with the flashbacks, keep an eye on this. Not you. Not you. You! The barders have improved. As you look over to here, or rather I could do it in pounds as well, you can see that it's actually been rising up ever since I first took a screenshot from over here. So it went from about $1.10, and now we are currently looking at buy orders going all the way up to $1.30. And I can't help but assume it's going to slowly keep on climbing. Do I feel the need to keep buying these? Well, if I think the prices of Ruskins are still very good and it's still a great time to sell, yeah, I probably will buy some. But the other guy has still asked for some more breakout cases, so I might be buying a few more of those, but then I could consider buying some more of them. It should be right. So, yeah, perhaps tonight, maybe I'll buy these, and then we'll worry about some Flashbacks hoodies again eventually. But, yeah, it's definitely looking as if there's plenty of nice options to consider and whatnot. And I'd love for people on YouTube to tell me how they've approached everything. Have you sold your skins? Are you still kind of wanting to own them for a bit longer? I understand with the primitive update next month, you might want to hold on to them. By the way, Knights, hoodies and whatnot. Got to point out, lots of investment towards the Knights Templar hoodie. Quite a fair bit with the Heavy Knight as well. Heavy Knight in general, though. Will we see a fair bit more of this. I've noticed the tier 3 has been bought out. We know 100% that the Knight Armor DLC is tier 2. We know that for a fact. So hoodie and pants, tier 3, definitely nice things that compare it with it. The jacket, I'm not sure. Will people want to do that? I mean, you could wear the brand new helmet with the kilt. Would it work? I don't know. But what you could do is with this, you can also wear heavy. Oh no. Oh no. Well, what do we do when we see something like this happen? We go turn on the extension that is the VPN. Wabam! I can refresh it all right now. I reckon you could probably go get the chainmail. Now, I'm not talking about the chest plate. I'm talking about the I thought it was burlap. I know the skin creator actually intended to make burlap. Maybe he should resubmit it. We shall see. But chainmail burlap was submitted in the past, and you can see that right over here. Yeah, oh mate, give that another shot. Feel free to go to the workshop page and add a comment saying, could you resubmit it? I think it's got a good chance of potentially being accepted. But yeah, that would look cool if you could do it with the jacket and then get like a huge sword. Oh, that'd be cool. So plenty of interesting things on the horizon, we shall see. Right, so yeah, that's it. That was a bit of a yapping session, wasn't it? So yeah, feel free to comment below. How have you approached everything? Have you made any sweet, delicious profit? What have you spent that profit on? Are you still holding on to it? Are you wanting to wait it out and see how everything turns out over the course of the next few months? The player count is starting to drop off. It wasn't that very big today. Weekends are still very good though. But during the weeks, when you go back to school, go back to work and focus school, focus work. But hopefully February's still pretty strong, but it is expected to drop off. So yeah, that's inevitability. But yeah, that is that. So I reckon this will probably slowly go down to about 120,000 by the end of this month. And then we look at February, but much like last year, you should expect a bit of a drop off. It is inevitable. It is a routine thing. And that is when we'll start to see prices slowly start to drop off as well. But by then, you probably made more than enough sales. And with all that profit, you simply wait to see those brand new rock bottom prices, potentially around March and April time. Jump in then, pick up those skins for potentially lowest price it's been for a long time, and then look forward towards the summer. As I said, with the jungle update, a lot of people will be wanting to play, and with a lot more people playing all over again, much higher prices all over again. More people playing, more demand for skins, higher skin prices. Simple as. Cool, that is it then. That was a lovely little yapping session. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope everything was reasonably said. Remember, if you're looking at if you ever see a Hedge video and see it's a bit long, always consider looking in the description because there's always chapters. Ta-da! Right, I'm done. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you later. Say goodbye.